The Chicago Bulls suffered their first loss of the season, a big loss to the New York Knicks. Unfortunately, not only were they missing Ayo, apparently they also left their energy in the earlier game as well. We're gonna talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize. But more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And so the Chicago Bulls lose their first game tonight to the New York Knicks, and this is a game in which the Knicks just dominated. They were super hot shooting from the field. The Chicago Bulls just did not have the energy that we've come to see from this team. They did not have the execution that we've come to see from this team either. I know a lot of people are going to go to the free throw discrepancy, right? I want to be clear there, and I want to talk about this first. They're going to go to the free throw discrepancy. The New York Knicks got 22 free throws in this game. The Chicago Bulls only got 11. The Knicks went 22 of 22 from free throw. They did not miss a single free throw in this game today. And when you look at the fact that the Bulls end up losing this game by 12, of course, that's naturally what you're going to be at and look at the biggest discrepancy in this game. And I can't really knock it. You guys know I'm not one that I really like to blame officiating. I like to think of it quite a bit in all sports, that you should play well enough to kind of take that decision out the ref's hands. But this was a game where there was a clear discrepancy in the free throw. But I think you also have to look at it with the Bulls stop attacking the paint as much as they've had in the past. The Bulls did not play with any energy in this game for large portions of this game as well. And that's just going to lead to a game where it's going to be difficult for you to get your stuff together if you're not playing in that manner. So there were a couple things that didn't go the Bulls' way. The Bulls only hold the lead for 31 seconds in this game. Other than that, the Knicks led throughout this entirety of this game. You know, they had the lead up to 25 at one point. I want to be clear here. The New York Knicks took 42 three-pointers. They made 20 of them. But I can't say that was the biggest discrepancy. The Bulls took 40 themselves, and they made 17. But I do think you can look at that and say that was one of the biggest things in this game that was an indicator that the Bulls were playing more the Knicks game than what they were playing their game. The Bulls took way too many three-pointers in this game. They did not attack the paint nearly enough, and it just puts you in a situation where it's difficult to try to win the game when you do those type of things. The Bulls didn't shoot horribly from the field, 48% from the field today, which isn't terrible, 42% from three, which isn't terrible at all. Those free throws make a difference. The energy made a difference. And the Bulls just did not play the defense we've come accustomed to from seeing this team this year. We didn't get to the closeouts on the three-point shots as much as you would want to. And I have been saying that one of the biggest tests for this team was going to come down to overall, when they do face off against a team that gets hot from three-point range, how do they react to it? And the Bulls reacted the exact way I didn't want them to react. They tried to play the Knicks game. And unfortunately, that's just not going to work for them. Now, the Bulls still had 6 players in double figures today, which is usually going to be good. 28 assists on 45 made baskets. Decent enough as far as assist percentage there. Turnovers weren't even nearly terrible for the Bulls. 14 turnovers to 11 to the Knicks, so they lost the turnover battle. But this game to me just came back to that thing that's not really quantifiable by a stat, but it was energy. It was energy in this game. Even when you look at the second chance points for this game, when you look at it, the Bulls didn't even lose on second chance points in this game. They won the second chance points 18-17. So that's another thing that didn't really work out for this team, quite a bit. The offensive rebounds, 14-12 in that case. The Bulls actually had more defensive rebounds in that. We only lost the rebounding battle by 1. So there are a number of things that didn't really this was just an overall game where it just comes down to execution. It comes down to energy. It comes down to hot shooting. It comes down to those things, and that's really what it comes down to. Audio is chopped up. What the fuck is happening with the audio? I really don't know, y'all. I'm not doing anything different. I don't know what YouTube's doing. Hold on. Oh, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try something. Let me know if that sounds better, y'all. Hopefully that sounds better. But yeah, it just overall, I just don't understand what I mean. I do understand. Like this team, it just comes down to energy. This team lost on energy. They did not win on energy. And oh, hold on, I got to reactivate. There we go. All right, we should be good now. Let me know if we're good now. Um, but yeah, it just comes down to the energy part of it. The Bulls did not have the necessary energy in this game to win it. It's unfortunate, and that's just something that's going to happen, man. Overall, you're not going to win every game. Like we knew the Bulls weren't going to win every game, and I think at the end of the day, like this was just not the Bulls' game from start of this game to the finish. They just did not have it in this game, and it was evident. And unfortunately, they suffered their first loss. But like I have been saying, even on today's daily episode, I was interested to see when the Bulls did have their first loss. How now do you react to that? Now we didn't have Ayo Dosunmu in this game, and I think that overall the energy in this game, like missing Ayo, was a big part of that. Our bench production was still pretty decent. Like we still scored 33 points off the bench. Now the Knicks outperformed us on the bench. They had 46 points coming off the bench. So we didn't have the normal umph. We were clearly missing something. Nobody really stepped up like to really give that same level of scoring that Ayo Dosunmu had. I really wish Billy Donovan would have tried Dalen Terry earlier in the game. But and like I said, I know a lot of people are going to look at the officiating and the foul calls and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it didn't play a part into it, but I also think the Bulls like Kevin Huerter got 3 fouls in the first quarter. That put him down when he even did get back in the game. He was playing a little more timid at first, trying to avoid that fourth foul. Modest didn't really. To me, Modest was settling for threes too much, whereas Modest is one of the players that's one of our best cutters. His ability to finish around the rim, you need him to be cutting. Over half his shots came from the three-point line today. He was 4 or 6 from the three-point line, which is good enough, but he only took 11 shots, which means he only took 5 shots that weren't three-pointers, and you need Modest Buzelis to be cutting more. And so that's just something that the Bulls need to work on. Out of their 93 shots, 40 of them were three-pointers. That's I just don't think it's ever going to really work out for the Chicago Bulls. I just don't think it will. This is the first loss of the season. They're going to get back to it. They're going to figure it out. And I think overall, like the Bulls they're going to have their moments. Everything's not going to go the Bulls' way every time. And that's kind of what it is. You have to deal with that, man. But let's see how you guys are feeling about this. Juan says Bulls will still win somewhere between around 48 wins this year and make the playoffs. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, bro. I hope so. Cat and Brunson were unstoppable. Listen, Cat and Brunson were playing great today. Jalen Brunson had 31 points. He only took 22 shots to get those 31 points. Karl-Anthony Towns had 20. He only took 11 shots to get that, but he did get to the free throw line a number of times, 8 times today. And, OG Anunoby had 21 points as well. You had 15 from Clarkson, 14 from Hart coming off the bench. So, the Knicks played their game today. The Bulls didn't play their game. The Bulls tried to play the New York Knicks game, and they got beat doing that. And the Bulls got to lock in. They have to play their defense. If they're not doing that, they're not going to win basketball games. Sometimes you have to lose to see what else needs to be fixed. And spruced up, so I'm not going to be mad because he won 5 games. We won 5 games when everyone didn't even think we'd start the season the way we did. Oh, yeah, I'm not mad at the loss. I mean, I'm mad at the fact that the energy was so low in this game. I am mad at that because I'm just going to be mad at that regardless in any game that the team didn't come out with energy. But we're not going to win them all. I just wish we would have gave a little bit better effort in this game. And I get it, the foul calls and stuff, gets in your head, it takes it out of it, but we'll see. Todd says, this confirms why we need Coby. Thank you, God. Somebody else said it. There have been too many people that have been trying to make this case that we don't need Coby or Kobe's going to come in and hurt this team. There's been way too many people that have been trying to make this case. And at the end of the day, like, you need Coby for times like this. You need times like this. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to win basketball games. Like Coby White, you need somebody who can score like that. And we'll see. So, we'll see. Hold on. My bad. Hold on, yeah. All right, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Todd. Like you need Coby White for times that you need. Here's the thing: every team has a player that scores outside the framework of the offense. Now, half of Coby White's shots are assisted, so Coby White does typically score within the confines of the offense. But you need that guy when things break down. It's why the Rockets went out and got KD. It's why the Detroit Pistons are missing Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey's that guy for the Detroit Pistons that when things kind of break down, he can score outside and different from the way the rest of the team plays. Jaden Ivey has it. I mean, they have it in Jaden Ivey. Even the Celtics have it with Jason Tatum, and we're seeing how they're missing Jason Tatum with that now. The Philadelphia 76ers, they have that with McCain when he's healthy. They had that with VJ Edgecombe. So every team has players that when things break down, it's the player that they can go to that can score in a different manner outside of whatever's going on with the offense. Every team has one of those guys. Coby White is that guy for the Chicago Bulls. So people trying to use this streak or whatever to knock Coby, I think this goes a long way in showing how Coby White can help the Chicago Bulls team and what he brings to this team. And he does bring that. So I think that when Coby White gets back, we're gonna have that, and I think he's gonna help a lot. Now, when is he gonna get back? We don't know yet. We don't have that answer quite yet, and so we'll figure it. Giddey at MSG is just different. 6 games, 4 triple-doubles, averaging 21, 11. That's fine, all fine and dandy, but we didn't get the win. And I'm telling you, Josh Giddey would be the first, and that's not a knock on Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey would be the first one to tell you that triple-double don't mean shit because we didn't win. So, listen, I'm not doing Vegemite. Don't do it on losses. And I think that at the same time, Josh Giddey would be the first one to tell you we didn't win, so what we celebrate. Like great that he got a triple-double. Like, Josh Giddey came out there and he was our best player tonight, and no doubts about that. But that shit don't mean nothing if you didn't get the win. The front office deserves some smoke still. I'm sorry. Everyone getting too high or too low about this team. In 6 games, look, the flaws of this team, lack of rim protection still exists. They have to address it. Yeah, but it's not as simple as you just go out there and find it. The Bulls have addressed their rim protection in a different way as far as they're playing tougher defense, which has helped a little bit, right? But it's not as simple. Like, you just don't go out there and fix it. You got to have players that want to be here. They have to fit within what you have in the team. Yeah, we've known that the Bulls need better rim protection, and hopefully they do go out there and get it. Knicks, for the look back, they're not shoot that well from 3 every night. It just happened to be us when they hit a stride. I mean, but we shot well from 3 today too. We shot really well from 3. 42% from 3 is really good. Haize, we got our hustle key moments in this game. Yeah, absolutely. Okoro has been disappointing. Offensively, absolutely. Offensively, Isaac Okoro has been extremely disappointing, and there's just no way around that. He has been very, very disappointing as a player. We need them both back ASAP. Oh, we need everybody back. Ayo, Coby, Zach Collins, we need everybody back. Man, I told you, bro, I had a feeling today that we were going to lose, not in a bad way, but as in like a slight reality. Yeah, and you're going to get your reality check. There's no way around it. You're going to get your reality check. Can everyone shut the fuck up about getting Ja Morant to Chicago? Listen, I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm not going to entertain anything in regards to Ja Morant coming to Chicago. It's not realistic. It's not happening. What I love is knowing if Coby and Ayo play, we win a 6th in a row. We're on the cusp of having our way in the East. I mean, I can't say that either. I won't say that we're on our way of having our way in the East. I'm not going to say that yet. It's way too early to say something like that, in my opinion. That's just me saying that for me. You have the right to have your view on it every way that you want, and I'm glad that you're excited about this team. I just feel like we need to see more before I'm willing to say that level of things, right? We got a lot more. This next stretch is going to tell a lot. What's good, family? Did the Skies Falling Bulls fans come in here yet? No, but you know they're coming. The next game will be key to see how the Bulls respond to a loss. I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you there. We got Philly and Milwaukee and Cleveland and San Antonio and Detroit next 5. Yeah, the next 5 to 8 games are all real tough. So we'll tell a lot about the Bulls. We should find out sometime Monday or Tuesday what's going on with Coby White, and we shall see. Them injuries piled up and busted the streak. Yeah, I think that they listen. At some point, injuries catch up with you. But I will say this, like, to me, yes, we were missing Ayo Dosunmu's performance off the bench. But the thing that was kind of even more telling to me was the lack of energy, right? If we played with energy and still lost this game, I'd be like, yeah, Ayo's production, 16 points or whatever off the bench. But with it being a lack of energy too, it's a lot there, man. It's a lot there. Bulls have to go back to do the things that work better, as in physicality and attacking the rim. Came back, we tied the game. Yeah, I mean, and you saw the success in that again. And I think that's the thing that's frustrating about this too, is that you saw where the Bulls were having success getting back to the things that they've done over the win streak. But they got away from it. Like I said, they played the Knicks game. They didn't play their game. Now, I don't want to take credit away from the Knicks either. The Knicks deserve some credit in the fact that maybe it was the Knicks that forced us to play their game, right? That was their game plan. And if that was their game plan, they executed it perfectly, right? So you got to look at those things too. Okoro thinks layups are cush because he stays smoking. That's funny. That's funny. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't want Ja. Bulls don't need him. We just signed our point guard, Josh Giddey. Outside of the rest, because everyone knows they're terrible, but overall, the Knicks had a hot shooting night, and the Bulls are getting out-hustled tonight. The out-hustle part. Now, you can even work getting hot shooting by hustling. We did not have that hustle today. Caden says, the Spurs are getting their effing heads beat in right now, too. Losses are reality of the NBA. On to the next game, and hopefully we can get good news on Coby. You're 100% right. You got to take the losses and move the hell on. Losses are going to come. There's no way that you can avoid losses in this league, in any sport. You're not going to avoid losses. Losses are going to come. The telling part about it, if you are a team that has resolve, you're a team that's prepared, the telling part is, how do you deal with those losses? How do you bounce back from that adversity? That's the part that I want to see about this team, and I'm glad that we're going to get an opportunity to see it. Because I tell you what, if the Bulls go on a 3-game losing streak based off this, right, coming off of this, I think that also tells us, all right, maybe the people who thought this was a mirage, maybe they're right. Now, I don't think that. I think when you look at the way this team performs, I'm not worried about that yet. But I think you got to look at all things, and you got to bounce back from it. Every team goes on a loss. Some of the greatest teams went on losing streaks, right? So there you go. Every good team loses. Just don't get on a losing streak and go 2-2 next 4 games. I think we should be good. Listen, it's a long season. We got 6 games left now? We got a lot of games left to play. Haize, you ready for all the completely reasonable takes from the usual suspects? Oh, you already know. You already know. Haize, the Spurs are getting blown out by the Suns. See? And we know that, and that's just that's just sports. Any given day. I think Ayo's energy would have been infectious and the bench would have followed suit. You're not, based off what we've seen so far, I can't say you're wrong. You're 100% right based off what we've seen, because Ayo has come into games and completely changed the energy in favor of the Chicago Bulls. So I can't say that you're wrong about that at all. Juan Sanchez with the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel, brother. He says, this is the best channel for Bulls content around. I appreciate that. Not mad. Refs were calling junk. Bulls stopped pushing. There was an entire damn Ayo would eat this up feeling this entire game. Not having Ayo meant we lacked the running punch. You're not wrong. With the upcoming schedule, we're probably going to be grateful for all 5 of our wins to keep us above 500. Listen, I'm not out on this team at all, right? This loss does not change how I feel about the team. I still think this is one of the toughest teams that we've had in a while. I still think they have a really good identity when they get to it. The problem in this game is they got away from that identity. You got to get back to it. Let me pull up the shot chart today, because I feel like that'll be a really good indicator of what we're seeing today. So, when you look at it, the Bulls just settled for bad threes. We're talking about so many three-pointers. If you look at this game compared to last game, the shot chart, just too many unassisted shots, too many bad three-pointers. Our average distance was 13.6 feet. It was a night and day difference of a game. And now we got to find a way to get back to us. A thing with the team, when you have an identity, the thing that makes a team's identity a real identity is the fact that you get back to that, right? There are going to be some games where you have to play different. There are going to be some games where you have to do some things that aren't naturally the way that you like to play. But you don't want to let teams force you to play their game. You want to play your game. And even when you're not forcing a team to play your game, you want to play your game. You want to make them adapt to you. And the Bulls really, it felt like they were like, oh, we got to match threes. And it felt like something that was a little bit frantic today. And that's the part that really stands out about this game for me personally, is that they were way too frantic in today's game and trying to match that shot profile. And it just didn't work out for the Bulls' favor. It didn't. We got to get back to our balance. We got to stop settling for bad threes. And we got to stop allowing a defense that has been playing pretty good this season. I mean, the Knicks ranked pretty good defensively. You got to stop allowing that to get into that spot. So we'll see. We'll see. Cortez said we had no energy. They shot well. Foul discrepancy was crazy, but let's see how we respond. Completely agree with you. Completely agree. You got to give the Knicks some credit. They were shooting the lights out tonight. Well, here's the thing, though. Like I said, our shooting wasn't that far off from their shooting. It just wasn't. So, yeah, they were shooting lights out, but for the most part, we matched their shooting. So that's why I'm not saying it like I'm saying it in the sense that the Knicks did what they needed to do shooting. We weren't too far off of that. The Bulls got to be better at attacking the rim. We shot 48% from the field. They've shot 46% from the field. We shot 42% from three. They shot 47% from three. And they made 3-pointers more than us. That's 9 points. They only got 9 more points from the three-point line than we got. That shouldn't completely dictate and change the game. Where it changed the game is that the Bulls only got to the free throw line 11 times after getting there 30 times last game. They got there 20 times and hit all of their free throws, right? So it wasn't just the Knicks lights out shooting. It was also the fact that the Bulls did not push it. They didn't push it today. The P-Will dunk he jumped too early and far from away, that he stretched out completely, and the ball hit the front of the rim a little off timing. I mean, but the problem is that happens a lot with P-Will. Now, not so much this season. P-Will came into this game 100% on dunks this season. But when you look at it over his career, he smoked a lot of layups at the front of the rim at the same way. Let's just hope that it's not going to get back to being a trend for him, right? I'm feeling a little better after this game, knowing that the refs won't help in the playoffs, and the Bulls already know how to play through the refs, giving us an advantage. I mean, hey, I'm not even looking at playoffs yet. There could be so many things that change. We got 76 regular season games left to get through, but I get what you're getting at. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling that way. I'm just not really focused on that as it stands right now. I'm just saying with the upcoming schedule, even if we do lose a few, I'm still optimistic. And I'm glad we have a little win cushion to weather these teams while we're missing 3 key players. I feel you, Archangel. You're not wrong there. Didn't look to lose too badly. New York got their lick back. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to beat a team. And Kev said this on the live stream. It's difficult to beat a NBA team twice in back-to-back games. It's just difficult. It's difficult. Damn, those stats make it look different. That's why I say, yeah, the Knicks were hot shooting. And this is why I say, you want to match your eye tests with the stats and with analytics. You want to meld those things together. The stats are never going to tell 100% of the picture. Your eye test can miss some things because of how things feel as the game goes on. It felt like we got killed from efficiency today. But then when you look at it and say, well, we were nearly the same efficiency as them. It came down to the energy. It came down to the little plays. It came down to the ticky-tack things and the fact that the Bulls didn't play their game. That's what it looks like to me, at least. That's how I interpret the mix between the eye test and the stats. That's the way that I interpret it. Haize, this would have been the perfect game to put Terry in because with the low energy that we had, he would have definitely helped. I mean, I can see where you're getting at there, but keep in mind, sometimes Dalen Terry's energy is a little erratic, and so it's not like Ayo's energy is controlled, right? And I hope that Dalen gets there eventually. This isn't to knock Dalen, it's just to talk about the difference. But Ayo's energy is controlled. Ayo knows exactly what he's doing out there on the court. Sometimes Dalen is like the Tasmanian devil. He's just doing shit out there. He's just spinning. Now, that's going to lead to some good things for the Bulls in passing lanes and things like that sometimes, but it's not as controlled as Ayo Dosunmu. So I don't know if his energy would have replicated it one for one, depending on the night, but, it is what it is. Azu Sports, thank you for the super chat, brother. We appreciate you supporting the channel. He says, damn, the Suns shooting the ball when field goal, 61.3 3-point percentage, 60%. We regroup, Bulls Nation and Haize, lack of Ayo. Bro, y'all got to start using some punctuation. It's killing my eyes. I'm old. Y'all got to have some consideration for the old man. Coby and Zach, energy. Let's see how we react. 76ers expect 2 or 3 wins next 4. What? Okay. Terry probably would have had provided more than Phillips tonight. Man. Listen, I love Julian Phillips. I think that Julian Phillips has a lot of potential as a two-way wing in this league, but it's been some disappointment from that. We will bounce back. Can't wait to see how we bounce back. I agree. Just add Dosunmu. That's not how it works. And you know that. Like, I get it that you like to act like you're a billionaire and you're really a fucking idiot, but that's not the way that it works. You don't just add points. When you add a player, that means that you're playing different. That means that there's a different way, and that means that the other team adjusts in a different way. This isn't 2K. You don't just add a player's points to it, and it's that simple. That's not how it works in real life. That's not how it works. We're still number 1 team in the East. We are tied for number 1 team in the East right now. Yes. Looks like the Spurs are going to lose tonight as well, and the great Wemby only has 2 points. Hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. That's how the cookie crumbles. But, we shall see what's going to happen with this team and how they're going to react from it. Like, I'll say this. What you learn about a team sometimes is how they face adversity. When you're just playing with momentum and you're riding off a win streak, that's great. But you got to play with the momentum, and we'll see how that works out for this team, right? We'll see how they bounce back from this adversity. We'll see what the next steps are for this team because, listen, you got punched in the face today. Now, how do you go back into the drawing board? How do you go back in as a team? How do you dig in and find your response to that? You got punched in the damn face. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got punched. You got knocked the hell out. Now we got to see what's going to happen next. What up, Drip? Tough loss, no energy, and it was an uphill climb all night. Sucks, but that's the nature around the NBA. But do you think Dalen is a lost cause at this point because of Javon and JP got in over him? No, listen, I won't say that a player as young as Dalen is ever a lost cause. Now, I will say this. There's not going to be necessarily a lot of opportunity for him on this team as we're winning and how deep we are. So he's going to have to make the most of every opportunity that he gets. But, we shall see. Knicks got more to the freak O-line more than the Bulls did. The freak O-line. The free throw line? How do you get freak O-line out of free throw line? First of all, that's wild. What do you be typing in your phone, bro? Like, what do you be typing in your phone? The freak O-line? Online? The freak online? What do you be typing? What's your search history? I want to see your search history. I don't want to see it for real. I'm just talking, but the fact that your phone corrected free throw line to freak online tells me everything I need to know about what you be typing on the internet. You just exposed yourself in what you be typing on the internet. Because never in all the years of niggerdom have I ever typed in free throw line and my phone has corrected it to freak. Never. That's never happened. You know how much I talk about basketball? It ain't never corrected free throw to freak. That's crazy. That is wild, my boy. What do you be typing? What do you be typing? Now everybody wants to know. Forget the game. What's your search history? That's what everybody wants to know now. The freak online is crazy. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. At least the Bulls didn't go to the freak online. That's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been streaming since 12 for the Bears game. Like that was crazy though. That was crazy. The freak online from free throw line is one of the most hilarious autocorrects I've ever seen in my life, bro. That's wild. The freak online. Yo, every time I come in here, it's always some funny shit. Never felt, bro. I just be trying to talk basketball, bro. I just be trying to talk basketball, and that's crazy. Autocorrect is telling on y'all. Autocorrect is completely see that AI. The AI be getting y'all, bro. That man's phone said free throw line. You mean freak online? What? How did we get here? Now bro ain't responding no more, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. That's insane. That's unhinged, bro. That's crazy. We got to keep track of these funny autocorrects. Man, that's... My man be sitting there at the computer desk like this. Hey, get that freak online for me real quick. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild and unhinged. I think that's a good place to end it. I appreciate you guys so much, man. You guys are the best part of this show. Where are you getting this type of coverage anywhere else, man? But no, so the Bulls lose 128-116. We do take the court again on Tuesday. Not as many games next week as we've had the last couple of weeks. We'll see what happens with this Bulls team. We'll get news on Coby White. We'll see what's going on with Ayo. We'll get all that going on, man. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. But that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, man, love you guys. Go Bulls, man. Stay safe out there and always see red, man. And stay away from them freaks online. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.